talk about raising finance for your business. That's a question I often get asked and asked to assist people with raising finance for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's to fund working capital, it's to recover profits, it's to grow the business, or it may be seed capital to assist with the further development of a product range, or it might even be a startup. But there are some golden rules, I think, in terms of raising finance that we need to follow. The first thing is access to information, and that is access to financial records, historical accounts, if you're not a startup, etc., and information about the product and the market. Quite often what I find with a startup is that the entrepreneur, the founder, is very enthusiastic about the benefits of the product, but maybe less forthcoming about the financial return that's got to be gained by putting that product onto the market and what's the attraction for the investor. So a passion about the product is great, but we need to back that up with good market research, understanding of the market, and some financial projections that are realistic. So access to information, having that available, is really important from day one. If you haven't got that, you need to prepare that before you actually go to market and start asking for money. Second thing is getting the business investment ready. That it's in good shape. You know, it's well organized, structured. It's got systems in place. There's control. There's good management, etc. There's a marketing infrastructure in place, particularly. You know, because the top line, of course, is the one that's most difficult to manage and to forecast. So getting all those things in place, being investment ready, so you're all set to go, is important, and we can help you with putting a package together to make sure that you are investment ready. We've got a checklist. If you want to access that, I can send that to you. The other thing is why would I want to invest in your business? Yeah, it may be an exciting product, but what's in it for me, basically? And to answer that question, we've got to show that there is the potential for growth in the business, realistic growth, not hyper growth, not unrealistic growth that probably will never be achieved, but something that's realistic, fairly conservative, but not too conservative. It's got to be robust. And if it is robust, we've got to back it up with information. We've got to prove, yes, there is a market. And it's always better to go for 10% of the market rather than 90%. So be modest with our expectations, and then we can exceed them ideally. So you may want to have one or two scenarios in terms of growth, you know, where we think we will be and where we'd like to be in terms of more exponential growth. So demonstrating that there is real potential for growth and how that can be achieved is important, because as Horace saying, there's plenty of business out there, but how are we going to get it? Have we got the people to do it? Have we got the marketing team? You know, have we got the structure to do that? So that's really important. And then the other thing is a sense of realism about, you know, what can be achieved and what cannot be achieved. And it's important to actually identify early on any issues there might be, any sensitivities, things that might go wrong, and how you would deal with them. You know, for example, if the marketplace doesn't pick up as quickly as you thought, how are you going to manage the cash? You know, is the product fully developed? You know, if not, why not? What's going to happen if, you know, we have a competitor coming on the scene? Do you know if there are any competitors? You know, have you done that? Have you done a check on in the competition in the market? So some sensitivities about, you know, if things do go wrong, things that might not work, or if there is a gap somewhere in the business, in the sense that we haven't got an FD, we're using a part-time person, or we need to strengthen the sales team. It's best to be honest with that up front, because that is not necessarily a problem in itself, as long as you've recognised it and you're looking to fill those gaps, etc. It may be that there's certain markets where you don't have a presence and you want to get in those markets, but you haven't got the means of doing that just yet. So being realistic with your projections, being realistic about what can be achieved is really important, and that sits well with investors. They want to know up front of any potential issues. They don't want to have to find out for themselves later when it might be too late. And the last thing, of course, is management. Many investors, particularly private equity firms, will say they invest in three things: management, management, and management. So having a good management team is important. And when I say team, I mean a team, not just one person. If it's one person at the top, when we've got a number of other people that are not senior, that are not actually helping to drive the business, it ain't going to work. You know, investors don't usually back a one-man band. So we've got to have a team there. Yes, well led. There's got to be somebody at the top leading it, but there's got to be a real team filling all the gaps in the business. So that's a quick rundown of a checklist that I use when looking at raising finance. If you want any help in raising capital for your business, we have a network at Moore Fleming of potential investors in private equity, venture capital, family offices, and private investors as well. And that could be debt, it could be equity, it could be a wide range of types of investment structures. So don't be afraid of speaking to me. Talking costs nothing. Good to talk. Speak again. Bye.